chocolate trees, check your pants, check and see it, sipping herbal tea and fight for menstrual equity. Sheesh. Hey, I get cramps at it. Get cramps at it. Get cramps. Get cramps. Get cramps. Get cramps. You're now tuned in to the Kick Cramps Ass podcast with your host, Brittany Walker, advocating for menstrual equity, period poverty, and womb wellness. New episodes on Menstruation Mondays.
Happy Menstruation Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Kick Cramps Ass podcast, where I'm your host, Brittany Walker, and we have made it to Monday, July 3rd, 2023. We also want to say happy Fibroid Awareness Month, bringing knowledge and advocacy to fibroids and how we can reduce those holistically. We're going to talk about that in a brief second. And then also happy National Minority Health Month. I don't believe that people of color are the minority. I also believe that we are the majority based off of the population. So I really don't like the word minority. However, I do definitely want to bring recognition to that awareness month. So we have made it to episode 8, where we are made from spice and everything nice. So we're definitely going to hop into chapter 7, which is in NG's formula to kick cramps ass, our blueprint to naturally get rid of menstrual cramps. Of course, if you've been listening all season, we have been basically doing an audiobook version of the book. Each episode, we break down a chapter and we're giving more details. So we're going to get into that. You know, we like to kick off each episode with an I am power statement. I representing inspiration, A representing affirmations, and M representing manifestations. So for today, the I am power statement is I am more mindful of the spices and herbs that I use versus the seasonings that contain added salt, sugar, and chemicals. Ashe. So there it is. Of course, you know we always like to introduce the tea that we're drinking for the day, and we're back on our Cramp elixir. We offer this on our website at kickcrampsass.org, but it has a plethora of different herbs in there that are beneficial for the body, and we will get into that more as the season goes on. So let's go ahead and get started for today. This chapter, again, is a very, very quick read. Chapter 7, we are made from spice and everything nice. Regarding the significant effect of cinnamon on reduction of pain, menstrual bleeding, nausea, and vomiting with primary dysmenorrhea without side effects, it can be regarded as a safe and effective treatment for dysmenorrhea in young women. That is Jafarpour and his team in 2015. Or her team, my apologies, in 2015. Are little girls really made from sugar, spice, and everything nice? Spices are vital not only in womb rejuvenation, but overall health as they are imperative healing agents. Black pepper has an active ingredient called pepperine that increases the absorption of curcumin, active ingredient in turmeric, mentioned earlier, by 2,000%. Remember, we talked about that last episode. This spice also has an anti-inflammatory properties and antioxidants that offer pain relief and boost absorption of other nutrients. That is very beneficial, guys, that there are other spices that can help you absorb other nutrients that the body really needs to maintain, to restore, and have actual energy. All right. So NNG recommends consuming spices daily to activate the healing agents. Incorporating black pepper combined with turmeric in your daily diet reduces inflammation and pain in the body. For those of you who are watching on Spotify and YouTube, yes, you caught my face. This is very beneficial, guys. Another spice that we recommend for daily consumption is cinnamon. From historical records unearthed as early as ancient Egypt, this spice diminishes pain, regulates menstrual bleeding, and reduces nausea. Cinnamon is essential for reducing discomfort in the body and boosting prevention measures from other uterine ailments such as PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, infertility, and fibroids. Whether in food or in a beverage, cinnamon is packed with healing abilities such as anti-inflammatory, reduces PMS symptoms, decreases menstrual bleeding, eliminates nausea and vomiting, is antifungal, antimicrobial, and is packed with antioxidants. So cinnamon is serving, cinnamon is bringing a lot of healing agents that are not just only beneficial for our wounds, but for our overall health. In last episode, episode 7 of season 1, I explained to you guys every single day, ginger, turmeric, and cinnamon, they are going to be your best friends. They're going to do so much benefits for your body. Caring for myself is not self-indulgence. It is self-preservation, and that is an act of political welfare by the wonderful Audre Lorde. Cinnamon has so many essential benefits for the body overall, but it's extremely useful with tackling cramps on a monthly basis. Catch that. A very, very great tip, Jim T, how we like to say, serving up the chai. What cinnamon does for the body is so beneficial, but it is extremely beneficial if you want to kick cramps ass. Sprinkling some in your tea, smoothie, or dish of your choice, it is easy to merge with your regimen. You will notice how radiant your skin will glow after incorporating cinnamon into your daily diet. Nutmeg is another spice that seems to be more My apologies. Nutmeg is another spice that seems to be used more in baked treats and beverages during the U.S. holiday season versus on a frequent basis. This spice relieves stress, decreases pain, and regulates hormones. So sprinkling some into your tea or food will be an added benefit for your body. Okay, and that concludes chapter 7. We are made from spice and everything nice. So let's get into it. I mentioned it is Fibroid Awareness Month, and the reason why that is important because cleansing the body, detoxing the body, incorporating what we discussed so far in this formula will be beneficial in not only shrinking and getting rid of fibroids or preventing them as well. There are many practices and techniques that you can do to assist with your fibroid diagnosis. Now, surgery is an option that a lot of people are presented. However, being that every single person in my family on my mother's side and generations, and when I say every, I'm not speaking on well, let me take that back. My mom had fibroids. My grandma had fibroids. Several of my mom's sisters had fibroids. My mom's sister had fibroids. So my grandma was 1 out of 9 kids. Out of the 9, 4 of them have fibroids. So let me not say every single woman, but many of the matriarchs in my family has developed fibroids. However, I am the first person to break that generational curse. So I was diagnosed with ovarian cystitis when I was 19. I kept developing cysts on my ovaries, but I was never officially diagnosed with having fibroids. I even had a laparoscopy to have cysts removed. I have had, since that laparoscopy, cysts have grown and went away because once you know what that feeling is, you know what it is when it's coming back. Also in the lower back pain, the swelling of the stomach, painful urination, even pain while you're having sex. So now that I have been able to reverse all my other chronic illnesses and I don't have any of these issues anymore, I have prevented the opportunity with getting fibroids. Fibroids is so prevalent, especially, they said up to 80% of women by the time that you reach age 50 to 60 would have acquired or developed a fibroid at least once in their lives. It is more prevalent in ages 30 through 40 and also with women of color, predominantly in the melanin community. Also, if you are have obesity already or morbidly obese, you are 2 to 3 times likely to also develop fibroids. They said it has to do with I'm sorry, let me not say bad, but certain habits, meaning what you eat or the lack of exercise. What I have discovered in my practice is, in addition to exactly what you eat, it has to do with what you drink as well. And exercise, being physically active, will definitely assist in reducing the tumor growth. However, being mindful of what you're putting on your body as well and what you're drinking. I mentioned drinking already, my apologies, but what you're putting on your body as well has a lot to do with it, because of the chemicals that are in products that can lead to tumor growth. So we need to be mindful of those things. So again, fibroid awareness, be on the lookout. If you follow us on Instagram, you see that we are going to be doing a giveaway at the end of the month. We are giving away one of our Kit Cramps Ass kits that gives you a total goddess experience of not only having our book, our Crystal Garnett bookmark, our Cramp Elixir tea, holding up to the screen for those of you on Spotify or YouTube that are watching, but also our Goddess Bath Potion, our tea, our Chrysocolla or Bloodstone tea infuser. We're going to be giving away disposable menstrual disc, feminine hygiene wipes. Shout out to Vajesty for those. The menstrual disc will be coming from either Soft Disc or Flex. Shout out to them for those. And then we're thinking about, we also have information card, discount coupons to the partners that we use, so you can start incorporating maybe some of those items into your regimen. And then also a menstrual blood chart. We're thinking about adding some other items in the mix. So just be on the lookout for that. Very exciting. So that is going to be a giveaway. So be on the lookout. If you're following us on social media, you can see how to sign up. It's very simple. All you have to do is fill out our form that's going to be in the link of our bio, and it's really just agreeing that you are subscribing to keep up with our news, resources, and events that we send out throughout the month. Once you subscribe, you will also get an email for a confirmation with a discount code to shop with your first order on our Kit Cramps Ass store on our website at kitcrampsass.org. But however, you will put yourself in the drawing for the end of the month to win one of our kits that is actually worth $88.88. So exciting. Let's get into the remainder of this podcast. So I want to talk about other spices that we have incorporated into our diet. Now, the spices that I'm going to list, a lot of them provide a lot of the same things: antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, antifungal, antimicrobial, but also just with regulating your blood, regulating your PMS symptoms, avoiding nausea, avoiding vomiting, things of that sort. Also helping with the tumor growth, also helping with keeping your pH balance together, helping with regulating your hormones and your moods. So a lot, keeping you in a very manageable place in your menstrual journey. So we always talk about ginger, turmeric, and cinnamon, and we've also introduced black pepper to you, but we also like to use allspice. We like to use star anise. Star anise can be difficult to find, so you might want to go to maybe a cultural grocery store, maybe an Asian store, maybe an African store. If you go to like an herbalist, they may have it. Metaphysical stores that metaphysical stores that actually have herbs, have star anise. You can actually go to shop with our partners on our website, and you can go to Queen of Cultivation. If you use our link, you will get a discount on your first order, but they actually have the star anise for $4 for a decent sized pack. I don't want to say it's quite 5 ounces, maybe somewhere between 2 to 5 ounces. I don't want to misquote the actual amount, but that's where I will if I need to get a small amount, that is where I will go. That's located in Las Vegas. But again, you can shop online, and if you use the link on our website, then you can get a discount. Cardamom, That's a really, really good one. I was introduced to cardamom when I was in culinary art school. My family personally never used it. I never was introduced to it throughout even my friends or their families until I got to culinary art school and was learning a lot of the ingredients, or I'm sorry, a lot of the dishes that had it. And some of my Indian friends that I grew up with, some of the dishes that their moms had prepared for me actually had cardamom in it, and I didn't know. So very great for the body. Cayenne, if you're not into spicy food, I understand how this may be a difficult one for you, but sprinkling a little bit of cayenne into your food, beverages, things of that sort, it is very good with detoxing the body and helping get rid of inflammation. It helps to kill off bacteria and viruses that are in the body that are hindering you. So very, very good. And also with breaking down that stubborn belly fat that's really, really hard to get of in between your belly button and above your vagina. So, or if it's a male listening and trying to get information for your loved ones, your sister, your partner, your mom, your daughter, you can also use cayenne for the same thing. Cloves is so good for the body, so good. Cumin, I literally probably put this on everything as well. I love cumin. I don't know if it's because being from Texas, I was so close to Mexico. We had a lot of Tex-Mex and a lot of Mexican restaurants in Texas. So I'm just used to cumin being in all the beans. An authentic sauces that are made, like the chili con carnes and the ranchero and all of that, it has cumin in it. So I just love cumin, and offsetting cumin with chili powder is typically how I like to mix it, because that's just the way that I was introduced to it at a younger age. We mentioned nutmeg in this chapter. A lot of people typically don't use nutmeg until the holiday seasons towards the end of the year in the United States, but nutmeg is actually very beneficial to consume frequently. I actually like to make like a hot cacao, which is a more healthier version of a hot cocoa, because of the chocolate, not including the dairy or any added ingredients or chemicals in it. And sprinkling nutmeg, allspice, cinnamon on top of the nut-based whipped cream, normally made from coconut milk, or incorporating it into the actual cacao itself. So very good. And if you don't want to have it hot because it is summertime, like right now in Vegas, we got up to 111 degrees yesterday. You could definitely make that chill. So you can definitely make it stovetop and then pour it into a pitcher or a jar. Glass will be more beneficial and healthier, just because plastic nowadays, you got to be iffy because of the products that they're cleaning plastic with, and then they're redistributing them out, cannot always be as beneficial for your health as you think, because those chemicals do have harmful ingredients in it that does lead to cancer and other illnesses. So put in those pitchers or those glass containers will be uber beneficial, and you can have chilled, cooled cacao milk, and it will be bomb.com. Paprika is another one of our favorites. A lot of the spices, if you're from the South like I am, Texas, Louisiana, we use Creole and Cajun seasoning, but a lot of it contains a lot of the not so good salt that has a lot of iodine that's not as beneficial for our cholesterol and our blood pressure. And it might contain other sugars or ingredients to give it longer shelf life that are not beneficial for our body. So those GMOs are genetically modified objects we've discussed before. So a lot of these that you can mix up and make your own, like the cayenne, the paprika. If you were to do, and we're going to talk about garlic and onion powder in a second, but adding that in there, adding your thyme, that you can make your own Cajun seasoning from scratch and don't have to include all that other stuff. So just FYI. Vanilla. Most people don't realize that vanilla is an actual spice. People use it as for desserts or in coffee and beverages and things of that sort. But vanilla is an actual spice, and it is really, really beneficial for your body. Now, imitation vanilla extract, no, that is not the best. And that typically is what's sold in the store. That's typically what people use, especially when they're making desserts. But having actual vanilla bean is really beneficial. Like the whole vanilla bean is what you want to build off of, and that is going to give you so many great benefits. And throwing that in your hot cocoa as well is the bomb.com. I also mentioned how I make the hot cocoa. You can kind of do the same thing with oatmeal. I like to add cinnamon, allspice, and nutmeg to my oatmeal, and a little bit of vanilla, ooh, and a little bit of oat milk or hemp milk, and then put some dried fruit or dehydrated fruit on top, some nuts. If you want to throw a little coconut flakes on there, you can to give you some more added benefits. But I mean, throw some fresh fruit on top. If you don't want to do dehydrated fruit, I mean, you can sprinkle your seeds. I mean, there's ways around on how to incorporate all these things that we are discussing so that you can start thoroughly putting the nutrients and the things that your body needs to start getting rid of the cramps and the symptoms that you are experiencing while you're on your menstrual cycle. So I mentioned garlic and onion powder briefly earlier, but some people don't realize how you can make onion powder and garlic powder. And it's really just dehydrating garlic, like actually getting whole garlic, breaking it out of the bulb, getting the clove, and like chopping it up or splitting it up, however you want to. But you dehydrate that. And if you don't have a dehydrator, you can look up the instructions on how to dehydrate. Typically in your oven, it's like 155 to 185 in like a real oven. But if you get a dehydrator, which you can get a very affordable one for like $30, $40. But if you want one of those really nice ones, it's like 180, 250. But once you get a dehydrator, you can dehydrate anything and make bacons and fruits and burger patties and just make breads and crackers and things that don't include like gluten and chemicals that are really beneficial for you. But you could dehydrate your garlic, and you could do the same thing with your onions. Chop them up, red onions preferably, because they have the best nutrients, not the sweet yellow, not the white, but actual red onions. And then dehydrate them. And then once you take them out the dehydrator, you grind it up in a blender or a food processor, and voila, you have onion powder and garlic powder. So those things are extremely beneficial for the body as well. So we talked about healing agents before we went into it, but I just want to reiterate on some of them. So just again, these spices that we have talked about, and there's plenty of other spices, guys. There's like books that you can look into. You can go to Pinterest. There's you can go to Google, YouTube. There are over like 101 spices that you can tap into that give so many benefits for the body. But we just really listed out the ones that we incorporate strictly for our menstrual cycle. And so mixing these spices along with the herbs that we discussed before, and more herbs that we're going to discuss in upcoming episodes, are so beneficial for you. And then incorporating that with the vegetables we've discussed with you guys, the seeded fruits only. Remember, seeded is the best ones. Those are the most natural fruits that are going to give you the whole nutrients that your body needs. And then the legumes, nuts, and seeds we've discussed, like, you will be unstoppable. Like, it's going to take some time for your body to detox and adjust. It could take a few years to get to the point of where you're seeing like a full recovery. However, just be patient with yourself and just give it a try and be consistent. The thing is, you'll start trying and then you fall off, and then 2 weeks go by, a month go by, 6 months go by, and then you're like, oh, I'm having these symptoms again, but you weren't consistent to the plan. So we have to take accountability for that and take ownership that we have to be consistent, and we have to take accountability if we do fall off to pick ourselves back up and to keep going. Because why? I'd rather go through a really hard time, maybe for a few months here and there, versus me dealing with this pain for the remainder of my menstrual journey, which is all the way up into menopause. This could be up until 50, 60, 70 years old. I don't want to keep dealing with this. So I'm going to do what's needed for a couple of years to get to that point. So other healing agents, fighting inflammatory is the biggest one that spices offer. A lot of the spices on that are offered give this, and I explained that: anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antimicrobial, antifungal. They're going to fight those cramps and menstrual symptoms, regulating mood and hormones, assisting with constipation. That is a big one. We're going to talk about, and of course, if you follow us, blogs, content, YouTube channels, we are big on trying to make it more comfortable when you have that period poop. And people are like, period poop, especially for our males that are listening. Yes, we have this thing, especially on that first day, and sometimes the second and third. Some people experience it throughout their whole, but generally that first or second day, if not both, it's this period poop that's very uncomfortable, and it causes additional cramps, and it causes your symptoms and your hormones to get out of whack, and it's lower back pain, and you're straining, and then it's tough. And you might do all of that straining and nothing really even comes out, and then you're really upset. You're frustrated that you're going through all of this for the little amount that decided to come out. So this taking on our formula and our steps will aid in easing that pain, making things simple. Like, I love being able to go to the restroom and not having that period poop pain. That period poop pain is like, it's indescribable at times, but of course, if you are menstruating, you know what I'm talking about, so you get it. Incorporating these spices also helps with preventing blood clotting. Blood clotting will help you not have inflammation. It will also help you not have other issues in the body, because blood clotting can be bad for the body. We want to make sure that we are keeping your blood at a very healthy flow and a very healthy color. That's why we give menstrual charts with when you purchase from us, because we want you to know, like, if your blood is a certain color, then we're going to talk about it. And of course, we're going to talk about the menstrual chart in upcoming episodes as well. So if you have not seen us in person, come to an in-person event, or been a part of a virtual event or purchase from us, you don't have access to that menstrual chart, but we will be giving you access in upcoming episodes. And then also promotes detoxification. I have talked about that a lot. Ginger, turmeric, cinnamon, cayenne, black pepper, all of that is beneficial, along with other spices. A lot of spices and a lot of herbs have detoxing agents that is extremely benefit for the body. Not only would it help clear out bacteria and things that are assisting with the onset of uterine ailments, but it will help with your endometriosis. It will help with your infertility. It will help with your vaginal, I'm sorry, vaginal bacteria vaginosis. I'm so sorry. I got so tongue tied. My apologies. Excuse me, God. Let me take a sip of this amazing beverage and catch my breath for a second. My brain goes on a roll, and I have so many tips and things, and I get excited of me wanting to tell you guys all of these amazing benefits, and then sometimes I am talking faster than what my brain is, or my mouth is allowing me to relay out. So my apologies for that. But yes, detoxification, so great for the body. Bacterial vaginosis, clearing that up, and then other issues, cleansing your hair, helping get rid of things that it can be coming into your pores. It helps with your brain function, helping you not have memory loss, helping you to remember things, to be more mindful, help with your mental health. It also helps with your skin, acne, like, yes. Yes, and for those of you looking on YouTube and Spotify, no, this is no makeup. This is just regular skin, because of detoxifying your skin and adding the proper things into your body. For those of you who suffer from eczema, I have suffered from eczema my whole entire life, and I have gone several years without having any flare-ups. I had my first flare-up because I relocated to Nevada, adjusting to their water system, adjusting to their elements. Even though it's hot in Texas, it's dry heat out here, so it hits different. So, and also taking in a lot of soy, because I kind of went on this binge of eating all this vegan junk food. So I knew what was happening to my body, because my body started telling me like, girl, we gonna flare up because you put something in here that we don't like. And those are things you need to be mindful of. I mentioned period poop earlier. Paying attention to your poop. It sounds disgusting, but when you have issues in the body, you're going to be able to tell in your poop, your urine, your menstrual blood, your skin. Your body reacts to when you have an infection and you have something going on. So if your poop is a different color, if it's not solid, if it's too solid, like hard like a rock, if it's loose, if your urine is starting to change different colors, if it's not almost clear or very light yellow, then once it's darker, things going on, it might be too much alcohol in your system, too much chemicals, too much sugar. So your body is letting you know when you excrete, when you sweat, exercising, if you smell a certain type of way, if you have more of a stronger smell, if you have a fishier smell, your body is releasing toxins from the body. So anything that your body can excrete, sweat, spit, think about when you're sick, when you spit up, if you're coughing up mucus, if you're snotting, if you have yellow in it, green, black, that's your body letting you know that you have an infection. So again, anything that your body can excrete, sweat, spit, skin problems, so acne, dermatitis, eczema, what your vagina or your genital areas may release. So smells, discharge, your blood color, again, your urine coming, your urine and paying attention to that color. And then again, your feces, paying attention to that color and how it moves and if it's hard or if it's soft. That is your body letting you know what's up. I want you guys to be mindful of those things. It sounds gross to pay attention to them, but that's what you do. Think about when you have a baby. And for those of you who have not had the experience to have a baby or been around somebody that has had a baby, or if you saw your little sibling grow up or a cousin or a family member, if you're a parent, what you look at is your child's poop. If their poop is looking a certain way, you know that there's something wrong. So you got to still do that in adult years. It makes sense. So those are the things that you could do to just self-check on your own. So going back to the remaining healing agents, decreases cyst growth. This is very important, especially with fibroid awareness season. You can reverse your fibroids. Do not let anybody tell you that you cannot. There are plenty of people who have had them reversed. There are plenty of people who have prevented them. I'm going to throw out some names. If you again are following us, I put up a post on July 1st about fibroid awareness, and I highlight different organizations and influencers that are out there. We have the Fibroid Foundation, the Fibroid Pandemic, Fibroid Fighters, and Fibroid Queen. Shout out to Fibroid Queen because she is talking about how she holistically got rid of her fibroids. It is possible, especially if you've already had surgery, and then you're wondering, how am I still getting them after I've had surgery? It's because we're not changing the factors that got us there. We have to be mindful of those things. If you're still repeating the same things you were repeating before you had the surgery, you are prone to still have those things come back regardless, because you're not reversing or not repeating what led up to those issues. And it's not just because it's hereditary. It's because people in your family ate certain things, they drank certain things, they put certain things on their skin, they inhaled certain things. There was things that they were putting on their bodies that were chemicals and toxins that led to this tumor growth. We have to be open-minded that this is where the cysts and tumors are coming from. And if we have actual people out here that's advocating and showcasing that they were able to get rid of these things and they did not have to have surgery, let's go that route. It might take more time. It might take more patience. You are going to get frustrated in the process. It is going to take you unconditioning and unlearning habits that you've been doing probably your whole entire life. It is going to be difficult, I promise you, but it's going to be worth it. It is going to be worth it. My kings and queens, it is going to be worth it. My gods and goddesses, it is worth it. But it takes patience, discipline, and focus. And the last healing agent is cancer fighting agents. Cancer is very prevalent, especially in the United States. However, for example, I said my maternal grandmother is one of 9. Out of those 9 individuals, all 9 had cancer. 7 of them died from cancer. The 2 that did not die from cancer, one died from Alzheimer's And the second one, which is my grandma, she's the only living out of all of her 9 siblings. She was the youngest. She now has Alzheimer's after having cancer 3 separate times, having radiation treatment, having chemotherapy. Those chemicals and things of those sort affect your brain function. And over time, it can lead to dementia and to Alzheimer's. It is true. And again, if you're still repeating same cycles, still eating certain things, putting certain things in your body that will also affect your memory and things of that sort, or still continue to lead to those cancer cells growing and hindering your body for the worse, then we will continue to have them. So it is important to incorporate these spices and the herbs that we have mentioned because they definitely have cancer fighting agents. And there are many people that you can research on your own that have proof that they've been able to reverse their cancer and other chronic illnesses as well. I have listed 10 chronic illnesses for you guys that I was able to reverse. It is possible. All right. So just be mindful what you're putting in and on your body has a lot to do with the issues and the chronic illnesses that you may develop later on in life. So just to recap, guys, we did discuss we are made from spice and everything nice. We just want to encourage you or recommend even to incorporate spices and herbs into your daily routine in your foods, your beverages, or even the products that you are using in your household or on your body. All right, guys. So again, just to give you a little news for July, look out for us. We will be doing an IG live highlighting Fibroid Awareness Month. Again, we are giving a Kit Cramps Ass Kit, giving you a full goddess experience to help you to start developing a healing regimen for yourself for your menstrual cycle journey. All right. And we want you to like, subscribe to our podcast. Feel free to share it with somebody that you feel like this information will be beneficial with. If you have any comments, please feel free to comment to this episode on whichever platform you are listening on. All right, guys. Also be sure to check out our YouTube channel because we have additional resources and content that will be beneficial for your menstrual cycle journey. We want to give a big shout out to JJ Cicero for the banging intro. All right, guys. And we just want to manifest all greatness for you. We want to send gratitude to you for actually tuning in and actually giving yourself a pat on the back for taking a step towards your own menstrual journey. Again, if none of this information resonate with you, go do the research for yourself. Just look into what I'm talking about and see how it may be beneficial. Yes, it might not be on Prime Media. Yes, it might not be on all over social media what we're talking about. But again, we have to remember where we're at. We're in the United States, and the United States is a business. And we are going to put in front of your face what is going to be beneficial for those businesses. So maybe talking about holistic methods may not be the best because of Western ideologies. However, it is going to get you to where you have a pain-free journey. Okay. So again, gratitude for just even listening and just taking heed to information and being open-minded because you might not want to embark on this journey. So I do even thank you for just listening and taking in this information. So gratitude again for tuning in, and we want to manifest a positive, productive, and peaceful menstrual journey ahead. We hope that you have a great week. Happy Menstruation Monday, and we'll be talking to you soon. Peace.